I found a diary that was describing my death. It's not something that should have happened, but it did happen. I don't know why, but I do know that if this happens to you, here's what you do. It's just an ordinary day when I was going through the attic. There was nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that could have possibly foreshadowed what was about to come next. I was looking for some Halloween decorations, and instead found a box full of old family photos, yearbooks, and home videos. I spent hours looking through these items, getting lost in nostalgia, and then I came across something that didn't belong, an old leather-bound diary with brass clasps. Curiosity got the better of me and I opened it up. At first I couldn't make sense of the writing. It wasn't my handwriting, but it was clearly written by someone close to me. The more I read, the more I realized who the diary belonged to. It was my great-grandmother's. And it detailed not just her life, but also the life and death of my grandmother, her daughter. And that's where things took a turn. The entries stopped abruptly after my grandmother's death, leaving me with more questions than answers. Who was this mysterious woman, and what had happened to her? With each passing day, the mystery of the diary consumed me. I felt an overwhelming urge to uncover the truth behind its cryptic messages and the sudden halt in its narrative. I scoured through old family documents, interviewed relatives, and delved into historical records. Desperate to piece together the fragmented story, as I unearthed more information about the author of the diary, I began to understand the gravity of my discovery. I had stumbled upon a treasure trove of untold stories, a testament to the resilience and strength of the women in my family. Their tales of love, loss, and triumph resonated with me on a deeply personal level, reminding me of the power of human connection and the importance of preserving our shared history. The more I learned about my family's past, the more I realized that I am just a small thread in a rich tapestry of lives lived before me. And as I continue to unravel the secrets of the diary, I am filled with a renewed sense of purpose. I may never fully understand the motivations or experiences of the women who came before me, but their stories deserve to be told and their memories honored. By sharing their tales, I hope to keep their spirits alive and ensure that they are never forgotten. But there were no answers to be found, and so I turned to the only resource I had left, the diary itself. I started reading it again, this time focusing on the entries surrounding my grandmother's death. The more I read, the more a horrifying realization dawned on me. The diary was not just chronicling my grandmother's death, it was predicting mine. Every detail, every premonition, every omen described in the diary was coming true in my own life. It was as if my great-grandmother had foreseen my fate and recorded it in her diary. I tried to shake off this unsettling feeling, attributing it to the coincidences and the natural human tendency to find patterns in random events. However, as the weeks went by, the similarities between my life and those described in the diary became impossible to ignore. Each entry was like a dark omen, a grim prophecy that seemed to be unfolding before my very eyes. I couldn't help but feel a growing sense of dread and fear, wondering if I was destined to meet the same fate as my grandmother. The diary entries became increasingly disturbing, detailing strange occurrences, ominous dreams, and unsettling premonitions. My grandmother's fears and anxieties mirrored my own, making it all the more terrifying. The diary spoke of illness, accidents, and even death, and I found myself questioning whether I was somehow cursed. As I delved deeper into the diary, I discovered a recurring motif, a haunting premonition that my grandmother could not escape. It was a relentless force that overshadowed her life and ultimately led to her demise. She wrote of a darkness that followed her, whispering doubts, amplifying fears, and tempting her towards despair. Despite her best efforts to resist, the premonition gained momentum, becoming an inescapable presence that dictated her every move and controlled her destiny. In her final entries, my grandmother's voice grew weaker, more resigned to the inevitable fate that awaited her. She described a growing sense of hopelessness, a feeling that she was trapped in a web of circumstance beyond her control. Her words painted a vivid picture of a woman on the brink, grappling with the demons within and the shadows without. The diary concluded abruptly, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a chilling sense of foreboding. My grandmother's last entry ended mid-sentence, as if she had been cut off in the middle of a desperate plea or a final confession. It was a frustrating cliffhanger that left me desperate for closure, yearning to know how her story ended and what ultimately befell her. But now it was clear that my grandmother's fate was intertwined with my own. And as I continued to read, I couldn't help but feel a growing sense of unease. Was I doomed to follow in her footsteps, to become another victim of this haunting premonition? Or was there a way to break the cycle, to defy the whispers of fate and forge my own path forward? The weight of these questions pressed down on me, threatening to consume my thoughts and overshadow my days. But I knew I couldn't succumb to fear or despair. I had to find a way to overcome this chilling premonition that loomed over both our lives. I pored over the diary entries, searching for clues, for any hint that could lead me to understanding, or perhaps even a way to alter my own fate. My grandmother's words echoed in my mind, her fears and struggles becoming my own. I felt her pain, her desperation, and her unwavering determination to break free from the chains that bound her. As I delved deeper into the labyrinth of her experiences, I uncovered a hidden strength within myself, a resilience forged in the fires of adversity. I realized that I couldn't change the past, but I could shape my future. I wouldn't let my grandmother's fate be my own. Determined to break free from the clutches of the premonition, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. I confronted my fears head-on, seeking to understand and overcome the darkness that threatened to engulf me. With each step I took, I felt my grandmother's presence beside me, her spirit guiding me towards the light. I drew strength from her legacy, channeling her courage and determination as I navigated the challenges that lay ahead. Through therapy and self-reflection, I began to unravel the emotional and psychological complexities that had been holding me back. I faced my inner demons, acknowledging and addressing the wounds that had been left unattended for far too long. As I peeled back the layers of trauma and grief, I discovered a wellspring of resilience and strength I never knew I possessed. This newfound empowerment gave me the clarity and focus to tackle the external challenges that had been exacerbated by my internal struggles. I sought support from loved ones, reaching out to those who truly cared about me and offering them the transparency to witness my journey firsthand. Their unwavering love and belief in me provided the stability I needed to weather the storm. Together we worked through the complex emotions, the lingering trauma, and the suffocating grief that had been cast upon me. It was a long and arduous process, but with each passing day, I felt myself becoming stronger, more resilient, and ultimately freer. I emerged from this transformative journey with a profound sense of self-awareness and personal growth. I had conquered the darkness that had threatened to consume me, breaking the cycle of despair and rewriting my own narrative. The diary, once a symbol of fear and uncertainty, now served as a reminder of my strength and the power of human resilience. It was a testament to the unbreakable spirit that resided within me, a spirit that refused to be confined by the limitations of the past. Looking back, I realized that the darkness I had faced was not a curse, but an opportunity. It forced me to confront the deepest recesses of my soul, to acknowledge the wounds that had been silently festering within me. Through this process, I discovered a strength I never knew I possessed, strength that has become the cornerstone of my being. In the face of adversity, I have learned to embrace vulnerability, to seek support when I need it most, and to confront my fears with unwavering determination. My journey has taught me the importance of self-awareness, the necessity of confronting one's inner demons, and the healing power of human connection. I am forever grateful for the challenges I have faced, for they have shaped me into the person I am today. I may have started out on this path with fear as my companion, but I have emerged from it with wisdom and strength as my allies. I am no longer bound by the chains of the past, nor do I fear the whispers of fate. I am the architect of my own destiny, and I am ready to face whatever lies ahead with courage and grace.